Thank you for coming. The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head. It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house. Raven Rock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move with... I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search... The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes.
This should be good.
Traitors. Their collaboration with the Empire. Lalu, having past ties to the... They had worked when everything was said and done. They were no longer recognized as a great... You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. But all I see, making sure that... And with Solstheim crawling with Reavers and a Zora no... I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements. Most hail from House Reduran, but there are most of my contacts live sending the occasional However, any information we can glean and during the Oblivion Crisis, we had no standing arm. House Reduran, when the Argonians, it would be fair to say that House Reduran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction.
You got a good thing going here now.
Welcome to the Retching Netch. Well, Agil's got... Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulans for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, if you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, there's an Ulan ancestral tomb. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, what makes you think Anytime Adril and the Redoran God, you can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. How do you think? I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more corn than
Glover
I can
Mallory's the
handle.
name. If you're looking for a smith,
You're feeling thirsty?
found one of the
I'll set
best.
you up right.
Misery? I'll give you misery. Try getting assigned to strangers.
Excuse me. I didn't realize. I presume the same thing you're doing. Leaving an offering? Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect... Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. What kind of nonsense is... I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dun... Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
Head over to the retching edge if the ash has your throat parched.
You got a good thing
I
going
hope
here
Geldus-
now that you've reopened
Tell
the
us, you-
mines. Don't let it go
So
to waste.
Geldus's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Mo, I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would... If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, here, this key should open the front door of... Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit. They're quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town. People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony.
Councillor Morvain is the only reason Raven Rock has survived all these years. You should pay your respects.
Let's get going. As you wish. I am the shadow at your back.
Not much contact.
It's busier now
Did you
that
find?
things are starting to
Then
look
we
up.
find. All that
I guess I
remains
might
now
stay a bit
is
longer
chasing them
after all.
down. Good. I'm going to send two of the best Reverend Guard we have to take them down. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
supposed to be in the tower, Master Nello?
Summoning work. If you must know, I'm trying for this Ash Guardian spell.
It's not my time.
lost.
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down... Then... It's... What of the Reverend Guard I sent to assist you? Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with... To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this. Follow me, and I'll take you to the Councillor so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adriel, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What you've done for me, for all of Raven... For this, you have my deepest... Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you. However, since a bit of coin hardly... Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out... As Counselor, you've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community. The mines are open and the ebony has begun to flow because of your...